I thought I was prepared for Nigeria, but my first day taught me I knew nothing. With this story, you'll improve your English listening and learn about a fascinating culture. Hello and welcome. This is an English story for B1 level learners. We will use slow and clear English to help you understand everything. Today's topic is about the cultural shocks I experienced while traveling through more than 5 states in Nigeria. Here is how our lesson will work. First, you will listen to the complete story in English. Then, we will do a bilingual review, where you'll see the English text and its Spanish translation. After that, we will learn some key vocabulary and a useful expression. Finally, I will ask you some questions to check your understanding, with a pause for you to think. Ready? Let's begin the story. My journey began in Lagos, a megacity buzzing with an energy I had never felt before. The air was thick with the smell of street food and the sound of car horns and lively music. I was Alex, a traveler who thought he had seen a lot of the world. But Nigeria was about to show me how much I still had to learn. My plan was to travel from the busy coast of Lagos, through the green hills of the east, and up to the capital, Abuja. My first cultural shock happened almost immediately. I was staying with a host family in a quiet neighborhood. The next morning, a younger man came to visit the family's grandfather. To my complete surprise, he didn't just shake his hand. He prostrated, lying flat on the ground as a sign of deep respect. I had never seen anything like it. In the Yoruba culture, this is a normal and beautiful way to greet elders. A simple handshake felt so inadequate in that moment. I learned that respect for elders is not just spoken, it's physically demonstrated. The second shock was a delicious adventure for my taste buds. I thought I liked spicy food, but Nigerian food is on another level. The famous jollof rice was rich and flavorful, but it was the pepper soup that truly challenged me. It was so hot, but so good that I couldn't stop eating. Then, I was introduced to swallow foods like pounded yam, which you eat with your right hand, using it to scoop up thick, delicious soups. Eating with my hands felt so natural and connected me to the food in a new way. And I can't forget suya, the spicy grilled meat I bought from a street vendor at night. It was simply incredible. My third shock came when I tried to communicate. I speak English, and English is the official language of Nigeria. So, I thought it would be easy. But in a busy market in Onitsha, I heard people speaking a language that sounded like English, but I couldn't understand many of the words. This was Nigerian Pidgin. It's a vibrant and creative language spoken by millions. I realized that Nigeria has over 500 local languages. English is just the official one. Learning a few words in Pidgin, like, how far, which means, how are you, instantly made people smile and opened up conversations. The fourth shock was the concept of time and work. I had heard of African time, where things might start later than scheduled. And yes, a bus I was supposed to take left an hour late. However, this relaxed attitude towards time existed alongside an incredible hustle culture. The energy was non-stop. From the Danfo bus drivers navigating impossible traffic in Lagos to the market women managing their shops with incredible skill, everyone was working hard and with great energy. It was a fascinating contradiction, a relaxed view of schedules, but a powerful, constant drive to succeed. My final and most powerful shock was the overwhelming hospitality. One afternoon in Enugu, I got lost. I must have looked confused because a woman stopped and asked if I needed help. She didn't just give me directions, she walked with me for 10 minutes to make sure I found my way. Another time, a family I barely knew invited me to a wedding, treated me like an honored guest, and refused to let me pay for anything. This generosity from people who often had very little was deeply moving. It taught me that community and kindness are some of the most important values in Nigerian culture. In the end, my journey through Nigeria was a journey of unlearning. These cultural shocks were not negative experiences, they were beautiful lessons. They broke down my simple ideas and replaced them with a complex, vibrant, and deeply human reality. Nigeria is a country of incredible diversity, profound warmth, and a spirit that is impossible to forget. Great! Now, let's review the story with English and Spanish translations. My journey began in Lagos, a megacity buzzing with an energy I had never felt before. Mi viaje comenzó en Lagos, una megaciudad vibrante con una energía que nunca antes había sentido. To my complete surprise, he prostrated, lying flat on the ground as a sign of deep respect. Para mi total sorpresa, se postró, tumbándose en el suelo como señal de profundo respeto. I was introduced to swallow foods like pounded yam, which you eat with your right hand. Me presentaron comidas, de tragar, como el ñame machacado, que se come con la mano derecha. This was Nigerian Pidgin. It's a vibrant and creative language spoken by millions. Esto era pi nigeriano. Es un idioma vibrante y creativo hablado por millones. This relaxed attitude towards time existed alongside an incredible hustle culture. Esta actitud relajada hacia el tiempo existía junto a una increíble cultura del ajetreo. My final and most powerful shock was the overwhelming hospitality. Mi último y más potente shock fue la abrumadora hospitalidad. Excellent. Now let's learn some key vocabulary from the story. First, cultural shock. This is the feeling of confusion or anxiety when experiencing a new and different culture. For example, seeing someone prostrate was a big cultural shock for me. Next, to prostrate. This verb means to lie flat on the ground, face down, as a sign of worship or deep respect. In the story, the man prostrated to greet the elder. Then we have hustle. As a noun, it means busy and energetic activity. Lagos has a strong hustle culture, where everyone is working hard. And finally, overwhelming. This adjective means something is so great in amount or effect that it is difficult to deal with. The hospitality I received was overwhelming in a very positive way. Now for our useful expression of the day. The expression is, I thought, but. We use this to show a contrast between our expectation and the reality. For example, in the story, I said, I thought I liked spicy food, but Nigerian food is on another level. This shows my expectation was different from the reality. Here's another example. I thought it would be easy to communicate, but then I heard pidgin English. Try to make your own sentence with this expression. You can write it in the comments below. Perfect. Now it's time to test your understanding. I will ask a question, and you will have a few seconds to think of the answer before I show it. Question 1. What was the first cultural shock the traveler experienced related to greetings? The first shock was seeing a man prostrate, or lie flat on the ground, to greet an elder as a sign of deep respect. Question 2. Besides being very spicy, what was new for the traveler about eating swallow foods? The new experience was eating them with his right hand, instead of using cutlery. Question 3. What is Nigerian Pidgin? It is a creative language based on English, but with its own vocabulary and grammar, spoken by millions of Nigerians. Let's quickly review those questions and answers. Question: What was the first cultural shock related to greetings? P. ¿Cuál fue el primer choque cultural relacionado con los saludos? A. Seeing a man prostrate on the ground to greet an elder. R. Ver a un hombre postrarse en el suelo para saludar a un anciano. Question: What was new about eating swallow foods? P. ¿Qué fue lo nuevo de comer alimentos, de tragar? A. He had to eat them with his right hand. R. Tenía que comerlos con la mano derecha. Congratulations on finishing this lesson. Did you enjoy this story about Nigeria? What is the biggest cultural shock you have ever experienced? Tell me about it in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more English stories to help you learn. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.